Okay, welcome to the 5-Pin Universe 8 Gamer. Carter Stretch, our qualified 8th overall, against Jonathon Cowen, who defeated Mark Johnstone in the preliminary match. Jonathon qualified 13th overall, but obviously had to go through Mark to get to this match. Once again, Jonathon Cowen is playing out of Neb's Farm Zone. Unfortunately, wasn't allowed to play or wasn't able to play at Mountain Lanes for his qualifying center. And Carter is playing out of Hypertension Escape. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Awesome. Out of Dawson Creek.
No, I like it. It's unique.
It's different.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, it's a really great, warm, welcoming center. Love it.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
So Carter, have you been playing much at all since the 9-month layoff since the 8-gamer qualifier?
I usually went into practice, but when we were shut down, couldn't do much. But as soon as we opened up, Gerald, who's actually here, he's seen me about 2 to 3 times a week. So hopefully we'll see some of those results.
Right.
Awesome. It's nice to hear somebody putting in the work.
Yes. And you, Jonathon, I know we recapped that in an earlier match today, but this is the second round, and this will be released at a later date. Have you got any play in during this hiatus?
No, just like a little no-tap league. So just 3 games, kind of drop in at like a free-fall center. So probably a total of 15, maybe 18 games.
Right.
No-tap league. That makes sense.
That's why you missed those corners in this preliminary match.
No, it's the 17-inch centers.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That absolutely plays into it. For sure it does.
Yeah. Well, all right. Without further ado, guys, it's a total pinfall 3-game match. After every game, we'd like you to come back for an interview, but you go ahead and get it started.
Yeah, well, good luck.
And good luck.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Good luck, Carter.
All right, here we go. As you heard in the interviews a little bit, Jonathon did play earlier today against Mark Johnstone, and that's where he got his win to make it to this round of 8, or round of 16, sorry. And yeah, Carter is fresh playing this afternoon.
Yeah, Carter's on a Grand Prairie. He's a really good bowler at a Grand Prairie. He's joining our Masters again this year, so he's put in a lot of work in the last couple of years, and he's played very, very well. I believe it's about an hour drive from Grand Prairie to Dawson Creek, so he had to make a bit of a trek to get out there and participate. But it's a great center. It's got great pinfall. It's a good place for him to go and throw some games. That's for sure.
Yes, exactly. Jonathon, like we kind of expected, got off to a hot start the way he kind of finished his preliminary match against Johnstone.
Yeah, you could definitely see that he hit a real rhythm at the end of it, and he's just absolutely pounding that left pocket right now. So this is how this format sort of goes. I mean, Jonathon's already picked up his ball and going up on the approach for the 4th frame, and Carter's finishing up his 1st frame here. But
yeah,
quick
yeah,
momentum.
exactly. Obviously, Jonathon's feeling it from that preliminary match, so he's wanting keeping that rhythm and keeping that roll right. Carter's going to have to find his rhythm within this 3-game match.
Yeah, absolutely. Great start for Jonathon. Looks a little tentative to start, but again, it's been a long time since a lot of these guys have thrown anything that matters.
Yeah, a little bit of nerves plays into it too, right?
Totally. And I'm not sure if Carter's ever played on any sort of live streaming event before, so could be a whole new experience for him, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably, there's a start for him that'll maybe kickstart him.
Yeah, his first positive, get a spare under the board on frame 2. That's nothing wrong with that. And then hopefully build on top of that.
So after Jonathon starts with a 4-bag at a start, he misses right and then cherries the head pin. So an opportunity for Carter to make up some early ground.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're saying, Carter qualified 8, so he got the bye into this round of 16, and he qualified out of Hypertension back in the middle of December of 2020. His set was 2268, really solid, and nothing bad. His low game was 247. His high game was 318. So he was super consistent.
Yeah, like I said, in the last 3 years, he has put in a ton of work, and it's nice to hear that. As soon as Grand Prairie was open again, he came straight back into there and started putting the work in again. And honestly, it has absolutely shown how much that effort can pay off.
Yeah, exactly. He has quite the backup release. I never realized. I've seen him play obviously a little bit because he's been a part of Alberta for, I think, his adult life. So I'm seeing him playing in the south and playing in the north now. It's quite the backup shot.
Yeah, definitely lots of rotation on it.
Yeah.
So Jonathan has back-to-back opens after starting with a 4-bagger. So he's back on pace for 300 on the nose, but I'm sure he'll be wanting to get back to throwing some strikes here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Carter put 4 black marks together, so he's solid. He's right there, right behind Jonathan.
That's a great shot by Jonathan. Just absolutely rocketed into that right pocket. He doesn't seem to leave anything when he throws in the pocket, that's for sure. He just got to get it there.
No. Yeah, exactly. Not too many blow-throughs. I thought we'd see a few more of those. He just had the one in the prelim match.
Yeah, and it's hard to see from this angle, but maybe that was a touch thin. You get that touch thin shot, and sometimes you get that, but everything that we've seen flush in the pocket is gone.
Yeah. As Carter just gets tapped on the left corner.
Yeah.
With the backup ball, a little bit tougher to play the left corner, but I'm sure he's got this down pat. I commentator curse.
Unbelievable.
Sorry, I apologize. That is not the black cloud I wanted to bring into this. Oh, and then Jonathan punches.
Missed opportunity for Carter, but that's kind of the nature of this game. It's just how you bounce back after. So
he's only down 24, right, in the 6th frame.
Yep, absolutely.
So it matches Jonathan here with a double. No. I'm just gonna stop predicting what could happen and just let them do the work.
Fair.
I'm about as good as predictive text on Apple iPhones.
Oh, God.
You never know what it's going to come up with.
Nothing but ducks.
Yeah, lots of
All right, so Jonathan's up there throwing his 10th frame, looking to hopefully finish with a 300. Bang, he could bang out for 304. If Carter bangs out, he can finish with 306. So I'm sure that's on his mind. The one good shot at a time here.
Yeah, the way Jonathan started this, he really seemed like he was going to put together a huge game here, and now it's still a decent game, but it's not a blockbuster, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a game where you're putting your foot on somebody's throat right away. You know.
Yeah, he gave away a lot of sticks there.
Exactly. Even if you shoot, 350 to 250, that's a good 100-pin lead, but not insurmountable in any sort of way. But 279 is a solid score.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that at all.
And Carter gets the double, so now Carter could potentially give himself a lead. And that's how fast this game can change.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see Carter struggling in the first and that first ball in 2, and Jonathan already had a 4-bagger by that moment, you're wondering where this game is going to go, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like you said, it can twist and turns in this 5-pin bowling.
It's all about just carrying that momentum. I think he'll take that. That looked like it came in pretty high, and he didn't look so super sure of it. So coming away with a corner, not a bad thing. He picks it and throws another strike for 274, and that's going to be a tight match.
Yeah, we got a fan base there. It sounds like for Carter, and we know we got a fan base for Jonathan. His brother and his mom are there. So,
we missed.
Ooh. A little bit of a couple mistakes with the left corners there. Like I said, with the backup ball, it's a little bit tougher. You got to worry about that gutter when you're trying to throw on the inside of the 2-pin, but
There we go.
Solid game, though.
257 to 279, 22-pin lead to Jonathan. Good start.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to update their scores here. 257 for Carter. All right, let's bring these guys in. All right, guys.
Hey, guys.
So we'll start with Jonathan. You got off to the 4-bagger. What were you thinking after that quick start?
Just keep doing what's working.
Yeah.
Found something, and just keep trying to repeat it.
Yeah. And obviously, you guys weren't watching each other's scores that first game, but if you weren't aware, Jonathan got off to a 4-bagger, and Carter, unfortunately, was still in the second frame and had just missed on his first shot. So as commentators watching that, we were like, oh, Jonathan off to the fast start, Carter off to the rocky start, and yet it ends up within 22 sticks at the end of the game. Pretty quick flip of the script, obviously, from that fast start. So Jonathan with the 279 and Carter with the 257, only 22 sticks apart.
Yeah.
Carter, so what were you thinking after that slow start?
Honestly, I wasn't thinking at all. I was just staring out there blankly. I just kind of a mixture of nerves and excitement. So, yeah, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, totally
And I'm
fair.
like, okay, calm down. Just throw your ball. And obviously it got a little better. It'd be nice if I could spare my left corners, but it's okay.
That may have been my fault. I kind of said something, and then the commentators curse. You missed it, of course. So I'll take the blame on the first one, but the second one is all your fault.
No, the second one was
It's
my fault.
still up
I
to
said
me,
it.
so they're both on me. It's fine.
But I mean, solid. You came right back in that game. You threw some big strikes when you needed to. It's just the corner spares is the difference in the score right now. But at the end of the day, it's a close match already. So looking forward to another good game after this.
All right, have a good match, guys.
Well, good. Nice to see Richie standing in behind Carter there, watching the match as well.
Yeah. So he is the proprietor, the father of the.
Yes, absolutely.
What was it? Bowl. I'm gonna butcher the name. Bolio, that's right.
Yeah. It's like polio, but
for
bowl.
bowling.
I am so sorry. They both started out with a strike. I didn't even get to see Jonathan throw his.
No.
That's quick.
Comment down in the comments if you hate our jokes, because they are bad.
Yeah, at least it's not live, so
They're
can
all
hear
being
him
left
later.
in.
Jonathan picks his quarter spare on the outside. Ballsy. Good fingers on that shot. That came in pretty tight there for Carter. So I'm sure he'll be happy to get that corner, and hopefully happier when he spares it.
Well, a chop off for Jonathan.
Yeah. Very happy. Very happy.
There you go. Just brought up his percentage by 33%.
Exactly. We were talking the last match about Jonathan and Mark and Mark picking his chop spares and knowing that's good. I mean, I think that Jonathon in the last this match and the prior match, I think he's like 0 for 4 on chop spares.
Yeah, it's definitely not his forte, that's for sure. What he makes up for the missed chop spares, he makes up in strikes.
Yeah, and when you're playing with that speed, you've got to make sure you get it inside or outside. But like if you're even a touch thick going on that 3-pin, you're likely gonna rip it right out. So
yeah,
it's a tough spare for hard shots.
Yeah.
Oh, did he get it? Oh,
yeah.
He got the sleazy sliding spare. Nice.
He got the leaner off the corner.
Those
3-pin one off the wall.
Yeah. Those are the strikes that make you feel good, though. I mean, you kind of feel crappy about getting them, but it also means that you're doing something right and you're going to be able to get away with things, and that's sometimes where momentum changes.
Yeah, exactly. A big boost of confidence, right?
Absolutely. And Carter just throws an absolute peach into the right pocket there. That's about as good as you could throw it for him. It was a really great shot.
Yeah. Only 5 pins difference so far in this game. 12 count. That's huge.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a big break.
Yeah, especially for, like we were saying, Jonathan's chop-off percentage isn't very good, so...
Great shot by Carter.
Making a single pin spare conversion is a little bit easier.
With room for error on both sides.
My black cloud is just following everybody around. We're just gonna tuck that into the corner.
I think that miss is gonna chap Jonathon a little. He knows that that was an opportunity for him for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good result when you're 12 count for Carter here. Treating the 12 count like a chop off, right? There's no way you should be. You just throw straight at that 3-pin, not worry about anything else.
Throw it as hard as you want. Don't care about rotation. It doesn't matter. Just get it there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sure Jonathan's going to take a quick reset here.
And
a little bit of a
matches. Both have 12 misses in the 6th frame.
What is going on? Single pin misses everywhere.
Opportunities missed for both of them. But that happens in this game. Time to regroup and refocus and get right back at it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the rough part about playing so 9 months later in a pandemic, right? Everybody's, even though Carter said he's been practicing, it's not competitive practice, right? So that little bit of pressure shows cracks in your game, and those are the things you got to work on.
Absolutely. It's when you come back out practicing, it's likely not going to be a lot of the physical stuff. It's getting into situations like this where you can practice the mental side of the game that is so important to us.
Yeah. Good spare.
All right, so they both come back with spares in 7. Jonathon has a 5-pin lead on this game, so...
Yeah, so he's 27 ahead. That's it.
He's leaving lots of corners now.
Yeah.
And he looks to be getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, you're never too sure with Jonathon, right? He throws the ball so hard. I think he just takes what the lane gives him. I don't know if he worries too much about the result. He just worries about executing what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And another single pin miss. It's got to be super frustrating for him. It's frustrating just for me sitting here watching these guys play, knowing how good they are.
Oh, 100%. They're both great shooters. But if I'm Carter and I punch an 8, I'm sure he's probably not really looking too much at the score. But if I'm Carter and I punch it and then I find out that my opponent goes corner miss, it's kind of a new lease on life too. That's as much as that hit bit sucks, you're not overly hurt by it. So.
Yeah, very true.
Good shot by Jonathon. Carter misses left.
So at this point, Dexter, if it was you and you're Carter, would you take a couple extra seconds here?
Yeah, I think this would be the point where I would go take a bit of a walk. Not a long walk, but just go to the back, take a drink, have a sit down, come come back up, grab your ball, reset the pins, and then refocus and go up there and, just take that little bit of extra. I'm a quick bowler, but I would absolutely take an extra second here too if things start to go sideways. If you start playing fast, the momentum it goes one of two ways. Your momentum is where you start throwing tons of strikes, you get into a great roll that way. But if you start punching, you can get into that rhythm really quick too, or missing, and you got to find ways to bring back down that tempo and refocus.
Yeah, you wonder where the frames went, right? You get up there and all of a sudden I'm going into 10. I need something to get into 200s. Like, that's got to weigh on you a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Carter's just going too fast. I think he needs to.
Yeah, a combination of that, and I think a combination of, again, getting frustrated, right? I mean, you could see he's far more upright when he's releasing the shot now, and that could be speed, and it could be looking up to see what he's getting because he's struggled.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, losing a little bit more ground, but.
But Jonathan didn't stop him either.
No, it's obviously within shot. It's not nothing crazy. Like we said, you always want to be within 3 balls. So 208.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes.
So 48, just outside 3 balls.
3 wheel.
All right, so we have Jonathan with 513 and Carter with 465. We'll bring these guys right in here. Hey guys.
Hey.
Single pins, eh? Tough.
Yep. You'd think
2 or 3
being
that I've hung on the lane, and it's just those are real frustrating.
Yeah, and then it was funny. You guys are playing across the country, and match play is match play, and here you guys are both on some strikes going into the 6th frame, and you both leave a 12 count, and you guys both go whiff on the 12 count, and we're like, no, Jonathan especially, because Jonathan, I think you're 0 for 4 on chop spares, and I'm like, this is a prime opportunity because he doesn't have to worry about cherry, and but that's the way the game is, right? You start overthinking things a little, and sometimes it just makes it way harder on yourself.
Chop spares are one of those things with the convertible lanes where they're just that much harder to do when you're throwing the ball hard.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
100%.
These are convertible lanes too. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Absolutely. But I mean, hey,
They were
again,
okay.
close matches. I mean, Jonathan, it just looked like you lost a little bit of momentum in there. You had so many strikes that were just like absolute pocket and would just explode, and then you started losing more corners. What do you think? What do you think's causing the corner situation right now for you?
Just a little flat. It's a long day. At baseball this morning, and then played Mark earlier. It just doesn't stop.
Yeah, no, that's totally understandable. Carter, it looked like you were pressing a little bit there at the end.
Yeah, I wasn't taking my time, and I realized that in my last shot. I was like, too little, too late. Finish the game. Let's move on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's easy to do that in this format too, right? When it's just you on the lane, it's really easy to get quick and stop taking your time there. So, hey, but at least you recognize it, and that sets you up for the next game, right?
Yep.
I made it too. That was my goal right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So going into this last game, it's only a 48 pin difference. Jonathan's got the edge, but good luck in this last match, guys.
Thanks.
Play well.
Bowl guys. Bowl good. Bowl good, guys.
Bowl good.
I don't know what
Speaking
bowling
is hard.
wood is.
Yeah, you do, but you shouldn't say it.
Oof.
All right. And Jonathan once again gets up on the lane quick, right? He wants to start out hot.
No time.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah, Carter just not quite feeling it. Needs to find something to reset his mind, I think, is the
100%.
issue he needs.
Yeah. He's going to have to start stringing something together here quick, because it looks like Jonathan's going to come out firing, and he just needs to find some sort of like confidence to...
Yeah.
just keep throwing the same positive shot every time, and it's close. It's right there, but it looks like he's definitely fighting it right now.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
That looks like a better shot.
The old thumbs up for the 5.
Well, if there's a spot to do it, it's the first frame, but he's lost 40 pins on the first frame.
Yeah.
But lots of time left. He just needs to go on a bit of a run here before Jonathon runs him out of frames.
Push. Oh, Jonathon punched and Carter left that corner. So here's a big single pin conversion to maximize on and start building on, right? Jonathon hasn't, with that head pin, it opens things up again, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my. Yeah, this not there.
You can see his shoulders were way too open to get it to the left side there.
Yeah. This is at the point, just like you heard the fan in the back. It's time to freewheel, right? Carter's got to stop worrying about what's happened. You just go up there and throw your shot. Make sure you follow through and execute what you've been trying to do the whole time, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And Carter is supremely talented. He's an absolute great shooter, but he has to trust it. He's got to find a way to trust that shot and just let it rip and see what happens. Because, pushing the ball or forcing the ball and trying to get it to the side of anything is just never going to work.
No, exactly. And Jonathon's at the point that he's just throwing rockets still, like he always does, but he's at the point, I think he's thinking freewheeling, kind of what he did against Jonathon in the prelim match.
Yeah.
Just throwing rockets the whole time in the last game, right? He gets roasted on the 8 count. The 8 count on the side miss. That's why you never miss the middle, people, because it could just hurt you just as much.
Yeah, 100%. That penalty shot comes back so often.
That was one thing kind of growing up, everybody's like, oh, you play thin to win and all that stuff. That was one thing my mentor, Gino Zebarth, never did. He's like, if you miss the middle, you can't strike if you miss the middle.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
You can die by it, though. You can sure punch a lot of head pins, but...
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
But more often than not, you're trying to hit the side of the middle, and thin to win is a good initiative if all you need is a side or some small amount of pins to win. But if you need 45, you never play thin to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Why change the way that you throw every other shot?
Yeah.
Jonathon's just rolling again. He had one little hiccup and then he started rolling again. Carter threw a great shot into the right pocket there. Then he missed to the right-hand side again there too.
Yeah.
I hope he finds it and finds a rhythm at the end there just to have a good feeling coming out of this, because he's right there. It's just he's just need to find a way to have it all click together right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a good shot.
There you go. Good spare.
Jonathon looking well. He's going into the 10th frame already here.
Yep. Half a game ahead. 12 count. Nice shot. I think he picked it.
It wasn't pretty, but he got it. I'm not going to let those guys chirp me again.
Yeah. He's 2 for 2 on single pin conversions this game. Look at him go.
Oh, just rocketed in there.
Nice solid game. Nothing wrong with that game.
325, and I think at this point Carter's pretty well.
Yeah.
That's kind of that 50-point difference. Yeah,
needs at 373.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but good on him for getting to this point, and yeah, and I think, like I said, I think this could be the first live streaming event for him too. So hopefully a good learning experience, and he's a super talented guy, and yeah, he'll be doing these things again.
Oh yeah, yep. Congrats go out to Jonathan. He played well, especially at the end of both his matches.
Oh,
really put it together when he needed it, right?
Yeah, super clutched up. You're coming down the line, and you got a bit of a lead, but that hey, like, I throw some strikes here and I can completely shut him out, and then he did. He threw a ton of strikes. He had the one head pin in the middle, but other than that, he was like right to the side of the head pin every single time. So, super clutch finish for him, and awesome. It's great to see.
Yeah, great plan. So we just have Carter here, just finishing up his game, being professional, making sure he's gonna finish it all up here for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 spare.
Yeah. Excited too.
Yeah. Well, I hope this tournament turned to be a good experience for Carter. Like I said, obviously he is a great player. Showed it by qualifying 8th overall. Nothing to shake a stick at, that's for sure. He's a future player. I just want to see him out there more often, and I'm not too sure. I didn't see his name on the Autumn Open schedule. Did you, by any chance, Dexter?
I truthfully haven't really looked, so I'll have to do that. But he did sign up for Masters, so that's great. But again, like, you know what? It's just being in these situations, and like this is a practice sort of situation where it's an abnormal feeling. It's pressure. There's something on the line. People are going to be watching, and it's just at the end of the day, no matter what the result is, it's always a good learning experience.
Yeah, for sure. Push. Not quite. I'm guessing Jonathan's cameras are just about to die. That might be why he was a little quick there.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Hey Carter, one last strike. Here we go. Oh, not quite. 187. All right, so let's get these guys in here. So Jonathan ended up with 838, and Carter, unfortunately, with the 652. Just the last two games didn't go his way, but it's the way things go in these tournaments.
Hey guys, welcome back.
That's for sure.
Congrats, Jonathan. Great play again.
Good bowling.
You finished both matches on a big game. Is there any strategy to that, or is it the final of getting off the lane? What's going on?
I think it's just freewheeling, just trusting a shot. It's what got me here. It's what's gotten me everywhere that I've gotten before. So just let it do the work, and whatever happens, happens. If he goes and throws a monster, he throws a monster.
Yep, very true. And Carter, obviously not the way you wanted today to go, but you were playing fairly well. The last game was a little bit more erratic than we've seen you play, but what are your thoughts?
It's just nerves. That's really all it is. I don't compete. I don't do as much competition as I used to, so it's just getting back into it. I know I've got a long way to go, but at the end of the day, I still qualified, so that's a big win for me.
Yeah,
Nope,
well, honestly,
exactly.
You played absolutely amazing to get here. You're a great shooter. You've got a ton of talent. And like I was saying before this, at the end of the day, no matter what the results are, this is a big learning experience, and it's learning how to handle, pressure situations, and being live streamed, knowing people are talking about you, knowing that people are going to see these matches. All that stuff plays into like the nerves and stuff. So it's a good learning experience for you, and be proud.
I am.
Yep. Nothing anybody can take away from you. Yep.
No.
Yep.
The day that we qualified, there was a lot of us throwing, and we all had really rough games that we turned around in. So I got here, and really full that I needed to keep going.
Yeah.
Well, you got a nice little prize coming your way. We'll e-transfer that to you here in the next few days. So hopefully
Sounds good.
you can enjoy that extra cash, and hopefully we see you on the lane soon.
You will.
Awesome.
Are
Are
you
you
coming
coming
down
to
to
the
the
Autumn Open?
Yeah, I took time off to do it, so I'm
Awesome.
gonna come and give it a shot.
Perfect.
Perfect. Jonathan, once again, awesome, great playing. I'm assuming you're probably going to play the club tour if it's going Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, if it's going, I'll be playing the club tour. If not, then I'll be watching from home, watching the Autumn Open.
Perfect.
I'll
Well,
definitely be at TBC.
Awesome.
Well, we'll hope to see you there. Good luck in the next round. We'll try and get that scheduled as soon as possible.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, welcome everybody to another 8-gamer match, the round of 16 between number 5 qualifier Talen McGraw and number 16 qualifier Ryan Cowen, who beat Ryan Bolio in the preliminary match. How's it going, guys?
Not too bad. It's going pretty good.
Yeah. Have you got any practice going on or anything like that since your last match, Ryan?
Yeah, I did. I had a draft on Thursday for my league. I actually almost, after the league, they let us kind of throw some balls, and I almost got a perfect game. So,
Oh, nice.
which for me, like, I obviously didn't get a perfect game, but for me, I don't really shoot high. I shoot more consistent around like the
Yes.
2 mark. So I'm not like a big shooter. I'm more like a consistent 270, 280 shooter.
Right. Well, that's pretty impressive. Talon, have you got any practice in? I know kind of before we sat down here, you said you kind of got 6 games since March.
Yeah, not a whole heck of a lot, that's for sure.
Is it good that you're playing at Mountain Lanes? I know your last in the 8-gamer, you shot a 448, so that's got to bring back some good memories.
Of course, but that was upstairs. Upstairs to downstairs. Same sort of pinfall, but totally different movement on the ball.
Oh, okay. It'll be interesting to see. Well, without further ado, guys, you might as well get your match started. We have a unique situation here. These guys are in the same center, so they're going to play on the same lane, and they'll be able to see their scores as they're playing. So it'll be more of a tournament-style match, which will be kind of neat. All right, guys, have a good one.
Yes, thank you.
All right, here we go. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be your only commentator today here. So hopefully I don't let this die out too low and don't have too much dead time. So Talen threw the first shot. Nice strike right off the bat. So like I was saying, they did Talen did have a 448 in his qualifying. He shot 23.31 for 8 back in December of 2020. Started out hot with a 300 in game 3. He only had a 199, then a 315, then a 448 in game 7, and a 314 in game 8. So pretty impressive play. But like you said, that was upstairs. So we'll see how the pinfall treats these guys. Obviously pretty good. Both threw a striker off the bat. And then, like I said, Ryan Cowen defeated Ryan Bolio in the preliminary round. Ryan qualified with a 22-20 for his 8 games. Oh, a little miscue there for Talen. Oh, another miscue. Obviously a little disappointed with that, but he'll bounce back fairly good here. See if he can clean this up. Just pick the head pin clean. See if we can get a little background sounds here for you guys. In Ryan's preliminary match, he didn't have the greatest 3 games. He only shot .651, but it was good enough to get him through the preliminary match. Did have a .274 in his last game, and he was playing at Neb's Fun World in Oshawa. Rough second frame for both these guys. Bounce back for Ryan there. Got his strike in the third frame. 50-44 in frame 3. Ryan working on a strike. Ooh, Talen got roasted on the left corner there. Good ball in the left pocket. Solid spare. Left corner for Ryan. Kind of hard to commentate by yourself. A little bit hard to banter with nobody here. But like I said, this is the round of 16. These guys have played fairly well to get here. It has been 9 months since qualifying for Talen, so hopefully you find something. He only had 6 games of practice apparently since March, so work schedule has him busy. So the winner of this match will move on to face Marcus Burkowski. He was the winner of his preliminary match, or his round of 16 match against Jess Levine. And Marcus plays out of Dell Lanes out of Vancouver. Another strike from Ryan. There we go, Talen. Another strike. There you go, strike on a spare. Got 94 in the fifth to Ryan's 110 in the fifth. So fairly close. Ryan's still working on a strike. Big double for Talen there.
That's fair, man.
Nope. Just missed to the left there on Ryan. He was working on a double. Good spare for Ryan there. Let's see if Talen can keep his streak going here. Yep, great shot. First triple of the match. Sounds like they have some other players in the building. Nice strike from Ryan. Great shot from Talen. Oh yeah, these guys have found their marks. They're throwing well now. Ooh, gross on the right corner. We'll need to make sure he gets a spare. Great spare. I'm sure Ryan's a little bit happier about the start compared to his preliminary match against Ryan Bolio. Ooh, just missed. Well, it's going to be tight coming into the 10th frame. Not going to be too big of a discrepancy between the two players. Just need to finish out strong. Not the greatest 10th frame. It's alright, he's got a decent game up there. Fortunately, Ryan with the punch there in 10.
That's how I follow my picking second ball.
top 10.
All right. Talen 259, and I think Ryan had 265 there, I do believe.
253.
253. So 259 to 253. All right, not horrible starts. Ryan, a little bit better start than you had in the preliminary match last time.
Yep, got half my total already.
Yeah. Just bringing you in, guys, here really quick.
Yep.
Well, you guys kind of seemed like a little bit of a struggle off the start, especially you there, Talen, but then you found your mark there later in the game. Ryan, you were pretty consistent across the board.
Yep.
You guys going to make any changes for match 2 here?
I don't think so. I think everything went pretty good. It was just the last frame really for both of us.
Yeah.
Kind of could make or break the game, right?
Yeah, exactly. Talen with the miscue and then punch on the second ball. Ryan, you punch on the first ball. So tough 10th frame, but nothing you can't fix moving forward. So good luck in the next match, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I wonder if the pace of play and one-on-one here is changing anything for these players. Ryan got to play a virtual match in his preliminary, but Talen hasn't been able to yet. So wondering if that plays a little bit into how Ryan's playing this game. More tournament style, more one-on-one. You can see how your players' reactions are, what their score is looking like, anything like that. Ryan's played enough tournament play. I don't know if it would have a big difference on his game, but yeah, all for you to ponder as I'm pondering here myself. A little bit of a miscue there for Talen after starting with the double, but nothing a spare won't correct and keep the frames black. Good cleanup.
Ryan
strike. Or not understand, walk away.
Perfect.
The Ryan classic.
Yeah.
Talen with the slider. Ryan threw a great shot there in frame 3. Obviously, you heard them talking. Typical Ryan shot. Throws a good one and walks away. Same shot. Like I said, these guys have clearly found where their mark is. They're both throwing really well. Great spare by Talen. Keeping the marks black, right? Strikes and spares. Another good shot. Another first triple for Ryan, I do believe, in the match. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this dry commentary. Left corner. So as this match is going on, we can kind of tell you who the other round of 16 winners were. Bradley Tiggett won his match against Sasha Latendere. Dexter beat Sylvain Bercier. Unfortunately, Chantel Cyr could not schedule a match and could not play, so Matt Phillip advanced. Jonathon Cowen beat Carter Stretch, and Matt Leonard beat Daryl Bradley. Quite talented players moving on into the round of 8. Ooh, that was heavy on the mill. Was looking like a split, turned into a chop. Great break for Talen. And of course, comes up with a cherry on the 3-pin. Just one of those bad breaks. You get away with the heavy shot, turns into a chop, and then the 3-pin punishes you. So Talen has 175 in 7. Ryan's found his groove. He is 150 and 6, but working on a strike in 7. So 165 with a strike working. I'm sorry, Talen has a 173 in 7. Oh, Ryan laid it down a little bit, carried that 3-pin out, giving Talen a little bit of room to breathe here after that head pin in his frame 8. Pins jump around a little bit at mountain lanes, I noticed. It's a couple times the pins come back onto the deck. There you go. Great answer from Talen with the strike. Talen has 180 in the 8th, 195 in the 9th, working on a strike. $183 for Ryan in the 8th, and chop off in 9. So another close match for these two. All right, here we go, frame 10. There, big improvement from game 1, frame 10 for Talen. It's a big mark. Put some space between him and Ryan. Hopefully give himself a lead going into the last game here. Another great shot. Four-bagger to finish for Talen for 270, and now Ryan has 198 and 9. Needs a big finish here to minimize the damage that Talen's made here. Rough finish for Ryan. He'll want those last 3 frames back. But like anything we know here, Ryan can bounce back in the 3rd game, so no lead is safe. But great finish from Talen there. That was really solid finish. Alrighty. Hey guys. So Ryan, what'd you end up with there?
209.
209. All right. So Talen has 529 to Ryan's 462, so 67 pins. A little bit more than 1 frame, but like I said, no lead is safe in this type of format. So Talen, great finish, 4-bagger.
Thank you.
Good time to find it. Ryan, you found it in the middle of your game there. You had a triple, and then all of a sudden that open frame, then another strike, and then those last 3 frames seemed like you're really struggling there.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm dropping my shoulder a little bit there.
Yeah. So obviously that's what your correction is going to be. Try and make sure you're square at the line. Keep your shoulder up.
Yeah, probably just stay kind of steady in my speed, because if I get a little too over my speed, I tend to drop my shoulders. So.
Right. Well, obviously you kind of know where the correction needs to be made. Bowl well this last match, and Talen, keep it going. You guys are playing well.
Yeah, thank you.
A little bit better start these guys were looking for, I'm sure. Another great shot from Talen. Alright, like I said, 67 pin difference between the 2 players. No change in that in the start of game 3, but here we go. Doubles. There we go, another triple. He's on a 7-bagger. If people don't remember, he finished with a 4-bagger in the 2nd game. Sorry guys for the single commentary. We just couldn't get our schedules aligned up here for dual commentary. Letting the match speak for itself. Right. Tough punch for Ryan, but clean this up, and hopefully you get another opportunity later in this game to make up those 67. There, big bounce back from Ryan. Need to answer that four-bagger from Talen. Needs to keep rocking and rolling here. Right, tough try on the spare conversion there. So this might be a little bit of hole that Ryan's looking for. He's gonna have to take advantage of this. There you go. There's the double. Hey, now Talen needs to answer to keep that lead and keep his gap going strong here. Hey, Talen needs to make sure to get all his sticks here. He's still got a bit of a lead, even though Ryan's got working on the double. He has a 67 pin advantage from the totals. Just needs to clean up his wood and make sure he's not making any big mistakes. Alright, Ryan's gonna try to keep applying the pressure here. Needs to keep the scores going. You can tell Ryan didn't like that straight out of his hand. He was watching it closely to see if it was going to cross over or go high. Right? Same thing for Ryan. Needs to pick all his wood here. He's made up some ground, but he can't give it all back right now. Ooh, high hit. Split. So it looks like in 6, Ryan has 142. And Talen not quite 100. So most of the sticks made up. dropped the ball a little bit there. Big bounce. Oh, sorry. Talen has 194 in 7. Sorry. Yeah. Ryan's in a position now. He's going to need everything out, and hopefully Talen gives him some room to make up that ground. And Talen's thinking the exact opposite. He's going to try and lock it down now. Just when you think everything's going well, right? You have quite a bit of a lead, good gap, and that dreaded headpin shows up. Dare to say it, but Ryan's going to need every pin. Good shot. Looked good. Yeah, good strike. So 207 to 170. Ryan working on the strike. Another split. Talen has not had any luck in the last 5 frames. Still, once again, needs to get every stick. Try and keep that as almost as impossible as possible. It's a great sentence. Hopefully people got that. And that's the match, I do believe. I think Ryan can get the 290, which will get him to 752. And I do believe Talen already has 752 beaten. Nice bear. I'll just solidify it there. Ryan did put the pressure on him, but Just a little too late to come back from that type of deficit that late in the game. Now it's punishing him for it. All right, guys. Great playing there, guys. Ryan, would you end up with 250 there at the end?
230 for me, 252 for Talen.
252. So Talen 781 triple and to Ryan's 692. It was kind of interesting there coming home, Talen. You're really struggling, and Ryan was putting the pressure on you. Ryan just needed to start in 7 to really give himself a chance there. A little bit too late in 8.
I thought the 2 balls felt good. Just did not get the reaction.
Yeah, you could tell on your first head pin in 6 there, you were kind of watching it closely. You knew it was creeping in high, or were you hoping for the crossover?
Well, I was just hoping. It was heavy. There's no doubt about that. Both my 8s were heavy.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a little more rotation on the ball. It's what. Ever since we started back up the league, I haven't had the same rotation as I had when I threw the initial qualifier.
Right.
And I don't get the exact same breaks as I was getting late last year.
No, that makes sense. With the lack of practice, it just hangs up a little bit, but you're clearly still playing well. 781 is nothing to scoff at, and tough run there, Ryan. Just a little too late. Great playing in the preliminary match though, so you'll get a little bit of money back there for that.
Yep.
And Talen, so you move on to play Marcus Burkowski out of Vancouver, playing out of Dell Lane. So we'll try and get that all scheduled up for you, and congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for putting this together.
Of course, not a problem. Great plan.
Thank you. Have a great